6 degrees of connection.
6 degrees of connection on a Friday afternoon. Angie, where are we going today?
All right, I'm starting things off with U.S. Congresswoman AOC, or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And I have to bring her to Kim Bum-soo, founder of the K Messenger System and company, right?
Yes.
So I'll start off. Quick link, AOC. That's like her sort of the nickname that the public has given her, right? But she went on this spiel back in 2020 because Donald Trump mentioned her in the presidential debate when he was running for presidency in the U.S. And he called her AOC. And she immediately took to Twitter and said, the public can call me that. That's an affectionate nickname. But when other, my peers call me AOC and not by my full name or Congresswoman, that's disrespectful. And, it's been in the news a lot. Her and then President Donald Trump did bump heads.
She was recently in the news again, too, right?
For her gown that she wore to the Met.
Yeah, the Met Gala, right?
Yeah, it said tax the rich, which is one of the big policies she's really for. A lot of backlash because did you know you need to pay like $30,000 to even go to this Met Gala?
I had no idea that you had to pay that. I thought it was just like invitation and you say yes to it or no to it.
Like you're invited, right?
Yeah.
Well, yes, that too. She probably went for free. But if you're not famous, you got to pay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, she did look beautiful, but yeah, the gown itself did garner some backlash from some people.
Yeah.
Now, AOC to Donald Trump. Donald Trump was first elected into politics in 2016. Do you guys remember for that election, Justin Timberlake was in the news?
For his support or lack thereof?
For a little flub he made.
Okay.
He was trying to encourage people to vote, and so he posted up a selfie of him in the voting booth on his social media. That is against the law. You cannot take photos in the voting poll booth.
You can do it outside the location to show that you voted, but within the booth itself.
Exactly.
Was he charged?
He fortunately wasn't,
Okay.
but it is a really big no-no until he did it, and it made all these news. And so Senator Brian Kelsey in the state of Tennessee, which is where he voted, changed the bill. You can now take photos in the polling booth.
Thanks, Justin
Yeah,
Timberlake.
right?
Or no thanks? I don't know. Seems like major privilege for him.
Right.
Well, I mean, there are some caveats, but generally speaking, apparently the rule has changed. Now, the reason why I'm going to Justin Timberlake is because one of his earlier acting roles was in the movie The Social Network. He played Sean Parker.
Yeah, the Napster guy, right?
Yes. So Sean Parker in real life, like you said, co-founded Napster. We can say that, Brian, because it's a defunct company now.
Yeah.
And he was also the first president of Facebook.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And he is worth or was worth $2.4 billion in 2016. A funny story, his hobby was hacking. At the age of 16.
Yeah.
He hacked into a Fortune 500 company, but in the middle of that, the dad took his keyboard away. It's like, enough computer for you. So he was still logged on.
Oh.
The FBI tracked him down
Oh, no.
by his IP
Dad.
address. And it was a 16-year-old boy who had managed to hack into the system.
That's a tough spot to be in. Do you say, Dad, I'm illegally hacked into a Fortune 500 company?
I
I need to get out.
know.
Or do you deal with the FBI?
Exactly.
I choose the former.
So clearly he was already a very, genius of a guy, right? Sean Parker, I am taking him, the company Napster. It was actually funded by a big organization called Hummer Wimblad Venture Partner.
Oh.
This is a company led by a woman named Ann Wimblad, amongst another man who goes by the name of something Hummer. Forgot his name. He's not important right now.
Okay.
Ann Wimblad, did you guys know this? This blew my mind. She is the ex-girlfriend of Bill Gates.
Oh.
Okay, so obviously before he met Melinda Gates.
Sure.
So when he got married to Melinda, he asked Melinda for a little exception to their marriage, which Melinda agreed to. Every year, he gets to spend one weekend with his ex, Ann Wimblad,
What?
at her North Carolina cottage.
That might have been part of the problem.
Maybe. Sounds like
This
it.
was since before the wedding,
Oh my-
1997.
Oh my gosh.
Now, we don't know if really he went through with it or for how long, but she
So
agreed
the
to
fact that he asked for it at all.
Exactly.
Bill's a player?
So they asked him, what do you guys do in this weekend getaway? He's like, we do activities and talk about life.
Sure you do, Bill.
Exactly.
Sure you do.
All right, so where are we? Bill Gates.
I feel like we could just stop there.
Play is gonna play. So Bill Gates, he founded the Giving Pledge, which is where wealthy people give away half their wealth, and included our two Korean couples. One that I'm focusing on that goes by the name of Brian Kim and Hyung Mi-sun. Brian Kim also goes by Kim Bum-soo, founder of the K messaging system.
Well done, Angie. Let's move straight on to Kate. You start with Kim Bum-soo and you're going to Prince Harry, yeah?
Yes, this was quite the connection to make.
Okay.
Why is Kim Bum-soo in the news these days?
Kim Bum-soo, not him directly is in the news, but the Ka company is in kind of like in the limelight because a lot of politicians and authorities these days are kind of calling out some of these big internet companies that are just kind of taking over and dominating everything. Because you know that the Ka company expanded hugely.
Oh, yeah.
And I think like they have acquired 47 companies. They have
Wow.
over 150 subsidies around the world. It's like a lot. And so they're kind of thinking, do we need to tax them separately? Do we need to investigate? And not to mention, not just the acquiring of different companies and services, but they're actually having a lot of access to personal information. And they're thinking, is this going to be a threat? I believe it might be politically charged, this attack, because we have a presidential election that's going to be coming up later this year. So we'll all have to see. But nonetheless, the person who brought the success to the Ka Blank company is Kim Bum-soo. He is the founder. In fact, he actually poured a whole bunch of money until this reached its success because he first thought of this whole company and came up with it when the first the fruit phone first came out. So that was a long time ago. And he's been investing in like millions and billions of won into it. Luckily, it paid off now, but back then it was kind of hard. And during this time, he had a very good support system. His family, his wife and his two children, he has a son and a daughter, I believe were super supportive of his dad doing all these kind of weird things. And I kind of read his story very briefly, and it seems like he was quite the rebel. He would like to take breaks off of school, off of high school for 1 year and just do nothing, just zone out, play games, do whatever to his heart's content. And there was one time when his whole family was in the United States, he was like, oh my God, okay, dad needs to take a break for 1 year. How about the whole family takes a break for 1 year? He's like, I've took a year off of high school. I took a year off of college, and it didn't really make that big of a difference in my life. So he pulled the kids out of school and actually kind of forced them to play with him during that time. And so the four of them would go to PC rooms and just start playing games like all night. And then they would have so much fun together as a family. And I think kind of blowing off that steam maybe helped him come up with more creative ideas for the company that we see now today.
Amazing. Wow.
And so apparently his wife is an amazing gamer. I did not know
Oh,
that.
wow.
So they would get odd stares, obviously, from a lot of the PC bang owners because it's like, what is this family?
Do they not work?
Yes, clearly these kids are underage. Like, why are they still not in school? Maybe one of the PC bang 사장님s or the owners could have been someone like Jang Dong-min. Do you guys remember that there was a whole period of time where all these celebrities started opening up PC bangs all
really?
over? Yeah. There was Shin Dong from Super
Yeah, that's
Junior. There was
right.
Yoo Sang-moo. There was a whole bunch of other celebrities because they thought it was a good idea. We're working during the day, odd hours. And so maybe opening up a PC room and just having a clerk there might, they can...
Easy income.
Yeah, easy income. But, I mean, they were very wrong. And a lot of them flopped. But there was one person that made it really lasting for a long time, and that's Jang Dong-min. He's a comedian. His PC bang, I think, is still open after 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, wow, I had to learn the hard way that it really requires a lot of hard work into it. Anyways, Jang Dong-min is probably best known to be connected with the Ongdal-sem fam, like Yoo Sang-moo and Yoo Se-yoon. But he's also probably well known for his very public dating life not too many years ago with a singer named Navi. Navi or Nabi. Navi might not be super well known to people outside of Korea, but she actually did participate in a number of drama soundtracks. And I guess the most famous one is the drama called Secret or 비밀. She sang in that one called 불치병. That was probably her biggest hit in the drama OST kind of era. In that same album, Ailey is also a participating singer in that one. But Ailey is probably more well known for participating in the 도깨비 soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
In the song called 첫눈처럼 너에게 가졌다. If you hear the opening to the song, I'm pretty sure it'll really click for you for that song.
Recognizable?
Oh, totally. Another very, very popular soundtrack from the 도깨비, a song from the 도깨비 soundtrack is Crush. He sings Beautiful Life. And then we know that he is actually currently dating Joey from Red Velvet. Red Velvet actually did a collaboration with Ellie Goulding and Diplo in one of their tracks called Close to Me. And Ellie Goulding, I don't know if you knew this, but she briefly dated Prince Harry in 2016 before he met Meghan Markle.
Not see that coming. Well done, Kate. All right.